and all this. I hope I'm wrong, but I see the world in serious, serious trouble. Biggest change going in history, beyond doubt, the biggest change in history. And the question is, how do you survive it? So as a young man, I was in 1964, I held up a quarter, US quarter, and it was copper. I went, what the shit? And I held up a dime, and it was copper. And I held up a $50, a Kennedy $50, it was copper. And I did, you know, I was an F student in school. I never did well in school, but I'm not stupid. And when I saw silver turn to copper, I go, man, this must be alchemy or something here. But what I didn't know at the age of 17 and 64 was it was called Gresham's Law. And Gresham's Law states that when bad money enters an environment, good money goes into hiding. So at that point, I was the way it made money, I had to cat. My poor dad was really poor. He's a PhD, you know, poor, helpless, desperate. And so I'm carrying, you know, golf bags and all this stuff, trying to make a few bucks because I got no allowance. And I would get this $1 for carrying one golf bag, 9 holes. That was the ratio. And I'd run to the bank. First Hawaiian bank was called Bishop Bank at the time in Hawaii. And I would trade it in for rolls of coins. And I'd go through the coins, and I'd pull out only silver coins. Today it's called dirty silver. I'd pull all that stuff up, and I just stored that stuff. I don't know why. It's called Gresham's Law. And what they're saying is we're intuitively, as beings, our higher intelligence, and most of us have higher intelligence because we're here, because we know something's wrong. Mm-hmm. How many people know something's wrong? Good, that's Gresham's Law. So at that point, I see this whole bag full of what they call today dirty silver. And then I went to school in New York. I'm stupid, but I got nominations to Naval Academy and Merchant Marine Academy. I have high SATs, and I played football, but F's for schools. Anyway. I come back from school in New York, and my mom had spent my money. And that, again, I'm now 18 years old, and I realize the reason people are poor is there's no financial education in school, and poor people don't know what real money is and what fake money is. And we're here on this, I think the greatest change in world history is what the fuck is real? And that's why I'm glad you're here. So what Chris was talking about here, timber, lumber, and all this, that's all I invest in. What is real? What can I see, touch, and feel? My friend Mike Maselli is here. He's an oil guy. When Mike and I were investing in oil, we're being paid, when Trump was being paid $30, we're being paid $30 a barrel for oil, until that commie pinko Biden gets elected. I'm not political here, but not at all.
State facts.
Again, it goes back to being a kid, 17 years old, holding up a dime. It was not real anymore. And so when Biden came into office, what was his first move? He cut off the Keystone XL pipeline. And I was selling, Mike Maselli and I were selling oil at that time for $30 a barrel. As long as Trump was in office, the price of oil was low. The moment Biden came in, the price of oil went from $30 a barrel to $130 a barrel. And I knew exactly what he was doing. I went to military school. I'm a military education. He was crushing the middle class by raising the price of oil, as you were talking about. When energy goes up, only those who are rich can go with it. So that's my biggest concern here. What is real? So what you were saying is, let's invest in what's real. And so I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm not expecting you to believe anything I say, but I do exactly what Chris does. I invest in what's real. Like one of my best investments, I invest in Wagyu bulls, cattle. And the reason I invest in Wagyu bulls is because Wagyu is a brand. You know, there's ground beef and there's Wagyu ground beef. But the thing I liked about the Wagyu cattle, the bulls, is when I was 15 years old, I used to go to the dairy near my house in Hawaii. And they had a breeding bull in there. And this breeding bull's only job was he'd hang out in this pen and they drag these little cows in, you know. And my friends and I, we haven't even had sex yet. We're 15 years old, going, oh, that's like fun, you know. The old bull's up there going for it. And I'd be like looking at Kenny, I said, hey, Kenny, let's become breeding bulls. You know? So my friend Greg Jaggers, who also never went to school, he started an education company all across America, made $1 billion off of it, never finished college, and we invest in Wagyu bull. But it's not the bull we invest in, it's the semen. And so there's oil flow, cash flow, and semen flow. That's it.
Well, that took a turn. Now back to the dollar.